Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Sterne Leonis. So his main strength is the Brave Ship form. So let's take a look on the Brave Ship form first. So on Brave Ship form, he is quite amazing because first he gets maximum true double hand and limit burst damage boost. Okay, so 300% on both of those stats, pretty amazing. He also gets amazing attack boost 300% and good defense and spirit. Not mentioning, he also gets high killers, 200% dragon, human, and stone. So very powerful DPS. And his main weapon on this form is his Mirror of Equity chain because he can deal like 500 times dark physical damage to all enemies. So with triple cast, that's equal to 1500 times. Okay, so that's quite high, and you can achieve this on the second turn on this Brave Ship form. And this chaining also imperil the enemy dark resist by 120% and break the enemy defense by 85%. So I can say quite decent, and you can leave your breaker because 85% are already quite decent enough. Okay, and the downside is you need to do a setup, but the setup itself is not simply a waste because you also get 300% attack and 50% accuracy to yourself. And yes, combine this on the Grandis form, Grandis ability, which boosts 30% dark damage. So basically, when you use him on the first turn, you want to use his Grandis, his damage modifier ability, and Mirror of Equity. Then on the first turn, you already break enemy defense, already imperil it, and boost your damage and attack. So very simple. On the next turn, you simply spam your Mirror of Equity chain. Okay, so very easy. But the downside is this Mirror of Equity, his form only available for 3 turns. Okay, so after 3 turns, you will revert back to normal form, and you need to wait for 4 turns before able to go into Brave Ship form. So this is one of his weakness, but again, this is not a real weakness because probably you already killed the enemies, especially if you use him on the content like Dark Vision. And for limit burst, I can say that his limit burst is nothing special. First thing, like you can see the damage here, with maximum damage output, that means you get 600% limit burst damage and damage modifier boost from counter. You only deal like 1680 times, which is only a little bit better compared to your triple Mirror of Equity chain. And to get the counter boost, you need to get hit. How? Okay, how to get hit? Very hard, right? Because if you get hit, you're probably gonna die, and even if you don't die, it probably more than 5,000. So I really don't recommend this limit burst to use. Okay, and without that counter damage boost, you only deal like 1200, so pretty mediocre. Stick with Mirror of Equity, which is his main strength, and it is also AoE attack, so it may be useful on weekly trials we get. Okay, so that's enough for Brave Ship Law. Let's move to the normal form. So on the normal form, he still has that amazing true double hand and limit burst damage boost, but this one is better in terms of attack because he gets maximum attack boost on this form. But yes, he only has one type killer, and that is human. Okay, so he only get human killer, 200% human killer, so kinda bad if you ask me. I prefer his Brave Ship form, but yes, of course. But the real thing that makes him really bad on this form is the Mirror of Equity chain, because on this form you will only deal 122.3 times. Yes, that's still better than average, which is 72, but compared to his Brave Ship form, it's really bad. Okay, 122 2 times, that's kind of like 25%. Yeah, only 25% power compared to Brave Shift form. So really guys, I don't think this form should be used at all. This is really bad form. And his limit burst is also bad because you also need to rely the counter damage boost. So again, the question, how you get counter safely? Because you probably die or the damage exceed 5,000. So really not reliable, the limit burst, simply forget it. And yes, that's on the normal form. Now let's compare him to global characters. What I mean by global characters is the NVA, okay? Squall and Star Player Titus. Compared to those two, Stern is really nothing, okay? In terms of damage potential. But Stern has better chain damage compared to those characters. But again, remember that Stern is locked to Dark Element. So yes, you still need to imbue, deal dual element if you really want to use him where the enemy doesn't have Dark Resist, okay? And yes, compared to those characters, Stern able to deal full damage on the second turn. Remember that even on X+3, you still need to wait until the third turn. So yes, he is faster. But again, the damage, ooh, don't compare it. Okay, Star Player Titus and Squall are much better. And remember, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, Stern doesn't have something that can boost his attack stats to the level of Squall and Star Player Titus. So really, he is cannot be compared to Squall and Star Player Titus, okay? So in the end, my conclusion for Stern, he is really good absolute mirror of equity chainer. Too bad it's locked to Dark Element, and yes, it is absolute mirror of equity because yes, it is really bad chaining family for me, okay, in my opinion. But if you like it, then go ahead, okay, because most recent characters usually use bolting strike. So okay, this is not my favorite character, but 1500, that's high. And he is really suitable for short battle. Again, I don't want to complain, but short battle is the nature of this game right now. Dark Vision. The aim is to deal as many damage within one turn. That's it. So yes, it is not the real weakness, okay? And his Thrustmaster reward and STMR are pretty decent. But I can say they are kinda useless on Stern because like you know that Stern gets maximum true double hand and a limit burst damage. So yes, the passive kinda useless. But still, you need to equip them to activate the Trust ability. Okay, and yes, in the end, I gave him maybe 9 out of 10. Remember guys, yes, he loses compared to Squall and Star Player Titus, but if you use him as a chainer, I can say that he is really strong, especially for Mirror of Equity. So yeah, I think that's all you need to know about Stern. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Guide. Bye bye guys!